Good afternoon. Welcome once again to the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference. You know, I'm just kind of looking out the windows, and I say this often, and I do mean it. Why you'd sit and tune in and watch me when you could be outside right now enjoying such beautiful weather, nice and sunny. It's warm, but it's sunny. I've got a special guest today, a real special guest, someone that I have been tracking for a long time on Facebook. Kyle Johansson is here with me today. What I've been tracking is his love of weather and letting people know what's going on in our community and elsewhere with the weather. And so, Kyle, welcome to my show, and take it away with the weekly forecast.
So today, high of 84 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, 87 degrees with partly cloudy, a stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Sunday, mostly sunny, 93 degrees. Monday, 94 degrees, mostly sunny. Next Tuesday, partly cloudy, 91. Next Wednesday, 86, partly cloudy. Next Thursday, partly cloudy, 80 degrees. And next Friday, partly mostly sunny skies have a high of 79 degrees.
So there you have it with the weekly forecast. Hopefully I can convince Kyle to come back and be a regular on the Mayor's Weekly Press Conference to provide you guys the weekly weather update instead of having to hear it from me all the time. Kyle, let's talk a little bit about yourself. I know you as a friend on Facebook and a friend in the city. Talk a little bit about yourself and some of the things that you really love doing.
Well, I love going to Niagara Falls for July 4th because they have fireworks on both sides and they light up the falls at nighttime 365 days a year since 1925. And I love going to Albuquerque for Christmas, which I used to be born there and lived. And I love going to OU games, going to find Rufus the Bobcat. He's my #1 best friend in the world, including at the basketball games. And I love working at Quidel and seeing my people from school yesterday at Walmart. And I love having my mom and my stepdad together, getting married, and my 2 stepsisters are in my house. And I'm having a wonderful time here in Athens County for more than 6 years.
Well, Kyle, you are such a great fixture here in the city. And again, as I mentioned, I love following you on Facebook. I love following you when you're taking your trips. I have to say, Kyle has shown me some just amazing pictures of Niagara Falls and the changes of the colors of the falls themselves. And the other thing I love is when Kyle goes places, he collects postcards and has postcards for Rufus that he is showing Rufus, and I know you really look forward to being able to give Rufus those postcards.
I already gave him 2 of them already.
2 of them already?
One from last year from the fireworks and this year in the winter.
Yeah. I work through different channels with Kyle's mother, who's here with us today as well in the audience, so thank you for being here. It's great having you here. And again, Kyle, really appreciate that you're here, and let's make this a regular thing to where you and I are teaming up, where you're doing the weather, and we'll talk about some happenings around the city, and then we'll wrap things out. So thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Mayor Steve Patterson.
All right. Things around the city. We've got a lot going on, I think much anticipated for some individuals, me included, with Athens City Engineering and Public Works, and I've got the paving schedule so that people can kind of dial into what's going to be happening. Paving is going to begin August 19th here in the city, and the following streets are going to be milled and repaved. We've got Richland Avenue, Schaefer Street to the Hocking River. We also have Schaefer Street, Richland Avenue to Union Street, so that'll be a big project on Ohio University property, which, by the way, this year for the bidding processes, we worked with Ohio University to create a single bid as opposed to a separate bid or bid package for people to bid on, and we're very successful. South Schaefer, Field Drive to South Convo Drive. Carroll Road is going to be repaved, and that's going to be Roxbury Drive to Dove Drive. The schedule, obviously, because of weather, and we've talked a lot about this, is that everything is weather dependent. So with weather, if we have inclement weather, a lot of rain, we will have to shift some of the scheduling around. Typically, traffic, two-way traffic where possible will be maintained. There will be flaggers to help move motorists around to get through the repaving sites. Some other things, street closure, Court Street, not a street closure, a sidewalk closure, partial. This is Court Street and Washington Street sidewalk work. There's going to be a company called Precision Concrete Cutting Incorporated. They're going to be doing some, it's not milling, but they're going to be doing some concrete cuts for areas where we know that there is ADA issues in the sidewalks, where it's going to essentially kind of mill the concrete down where it's heaved up to make it to where it's a smooth transition between different parts of the sidewalk in the uptown area. So that's going to be going on beginning Tuesday, August 20th. So keep that in mind when you're in the uptown area. Fire hydrant flushing still going on. It'll wrap up August 23rd. This is the East State Street hydrant flushing between Route 33 and Euclid Drive is what they're working on at this point in time. And typically it's between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Again, the fire hydrant flushing, which is very important, will be wrapping up on the 23rd. As a reminder, when they do the hydrant flushing, sometimes sediment gets kicked up, and so your water coloration, any changes, that's why it's safe water. We do caution people, though, to maybe avoid doing loads of white clothing at that point in time. Just move it to the following week. Again, there you have it. And everything engineering, public works, if you have issue, you see something in the city, see something, say something. If you see water that shouldn't be oozing up out of the street or any other issues that are of concern, please reach out to Engineering and Public Works at 593-7636. Let's see, the Affordable Housing Commission is meeting August 19th at 12 p.m. That will be in the front conference room on the first floor of the city building here at 8 East Washington Street. Housing Appeals Board meeting is August 20th. That will be at 4:30 p.m. That will also be in the front conference room on the first floor. So those are a couple different commissions or boards that are open to the public. Anybody can come. We encourage you to come. You might learn something new, or you might be just thoroughly bored. You make the call on that one. Arts, Parks, and Recreation. The Athens Community Center is hiring, all in bold letters. We are hiring. They're looking for a part-time building supervisor, a preschool aide teacher, part-time, daycare instructor, part-time, fitness supervisor, part-time, and then some outside maintenance folks. And that is a seasonal job. So you can certainly look at job descriptions under our jobs posting on the city's website, www.ci.athens.oh.us. Or I imagine you can probably call the community center or drop down there yourself and get more information on any of those jobs. But I do know that we post these on the city's website for all job postings throughout the entire city. Arts West news and events. This weekend, there's going to be a couple of really interesting things. One in particular is the Athens Arts and Music Fest. This will be the second annual. It's going to be on West Union in between Court and Congress Street, starting at 11 a.m. and it'll wrap up at 10 p.m. Lots of things going on, fun things for people to be engaged in. There's going to be an afternoon arts class for kids taking place down there in the event space. I also know, as a teaser that was in the newspaper this morning, I think it was this morning, is that there is an Athens photographic project that is on the wall of the Neil Floral building in between BW3s and Jack Neil Floral. And it's kind of like, for anyone who saw them, it's kind of like the Athens Photographic Project's teaser of art back when they did the wheat paste pictures that they put up on the parking garage wall. This is very similar to that, to where they've got art down there. So that's exciting as a new element within the Athens Arts and Music Fest. So there's a lot of cool things for people to be engaged in. Let's see, Tuesday, August 20th from 5 to 6:15, there's going to be a different kind of color, a first fall rehearsal. So this is the choir working on some musical scores, so encouraging people to come out and partake in that. The choir is welcoming you to come out and enjoy. Rehearsals are, let's see, 5 to 6:15 every Tuesday, with a concert December 7th at 7 p.m. at Arts West. So if you think you've got the pipes that could lend themselves to the choir, come on out and do it. Some other things going on, some theater instruction or classes going on. Unit 1 dates are going to be August 26th, September 9th, September 16th, 23rd, 30th, October 7th, 14th, and 21st. It's an 8-week course on theater. The instructor is Jana Travis. So you can come out and enjoy that if that's your thing. Then there's Visual Arts 3D, and this is also another course that someone can jump in on. August 27th, 3rd, September 3rd, September 10th, September 17th, 24th, October 1st, 8th, and 15th. Again, another 8-week course on some of the things they're going to be doing is utilizing various materials and techniques. The students will create objects that focus on 3-dimensional arts. So that sounds like it would be a fun thing to jump in on. You can probably go to Arts West and track some of these other courses that are going on. There's just a whole multitude of them out there. Arts West is really, really kind of pushing the envelope on making sure that programmatically there's a lot of interesting things that people can be involved in, and so much of it is very inexpensive and oftentimes free, depending on what the course is. The last thing I want to share, we've shared this before, and that is that with the launch of the Athens Public Transit Line 7, it's a life changer for a lot of people. That bus route goes from Albany through Athens on to Nelsonville with a multitude of stops in Albany, some stops in Athens, and then stops in Nelsonville, to where people can hop on it and make if they need to get to medical care visits. It can create jobs or job transit for people. It can get people to and from to be able to grocery shop where transit may be a problem, or you don't have a car, or you have limited transportation. This bus route is on the hour, not on the hour, but it's an hourly cycle. And it's kind of a hail system too. It'll also stop if one wants to go to Lake Snowden and enjoy Lake Snowden. You can, again, in Nelsonville, it has several stops to include the public library in Nelsonville. It'll go to the Ohio Health Urgent Care Clinic at the northwest end of Nelsonville. It's a great thing. And that all said, I have to give, once again, as usual, a big thank you to Scott Thompson and Ryan Schwarzkopf and the rest of the government channel team for putting together kind of a little video, some public service announcement as to that particular bus route. Get on it, use it. Make yourself free to be able to go throughout, those interconnectivities with cities and village, it's again, and I should share with you real quick. It's $1. It's $1 each way. You can literally go from Nelsonville to Albany for $1. You in a lot of places you can't find that. That's almost 27 miles of transit, and I'll tell you what. I know that I can't drive my truck from Nelsonville to Albany on $1's worth of gas. Not happening. So again, a great asset in the city. Ryan and Scott and the team, thank you for putting this together. As I sign off, thank you for tuning in. Kyle, thank you for being here. It's been a blast. We're going to continue to do this. You know, you and I are going to become real buds with the mayor's annual or weekly press conference. So that all said, have a great week. Have a wonderful weekend with everything that is here for you to get involved in over the weekend. And hopefully you'll tune in again next week for the next installment of the mayor's weekly press conference. Take care.
1, 2, 3.
On July 31st, Athens Public Transit cut the ribbon for the long-anticipated Line 7. Stretching 25 miles from Albany to Nelsonville, Line 7 officially began service on August 1st. We sat down with Athens Mayor Steve Patterson to learn more about the milestone for the county.
Line 7 is the newest of the Athens public transit lines here in the city of Athens, and really I should say and beyond. Line 7 is a new route that goes from Albany through Athens and to Nelsonville on an hourly cycle. There's 2 buses that are going to be counter each other, which allows them to do it within, on an hour, on the hour, or at least hourly pickups. And the interesting thing about this bus route is that's almost 25 miles of travel one way if you were to go from Albany through Athens on to Nelsonville, and it's still only going to cost everyone who's riding $1 each way. So this is going to be a great new effective mode of transportation.
Outside of being both an inexpensive and effective mode of transportation, the mayor tells us that Line 7 has many far-stretching benefits.
I think it's going to really benefit Albany, Athens, and Nelsonville as in terms of employment, people being able to have further reach with jobs that they can take on. There's new jobs that are being created in Albany. There's jobs being created in Nelsonville, certainly jobs here in Athens. So this will open that up to where people can hop the bus, where they may not have a car, currently have a car, or maybe their family only has one car, and so trying to juggle that to where someone has more choices for being able to find employment.
Outside of providing greater employment options for local residents, Representative Jay Edwards had this to say about Line 7.
And yes, it's good for tourism, it's good for attractions, it's good for workforce development, it's really good for healthcare. It's really good for healthcare, getting people to and from places.
Beyond healthcare and employment access, Line 7 is also looking to serve people with educational needs as well as those who need county services.
We're the county seat here in Athens. That means that you need to come into Athens to get your driver's license, or to renew your driver's license, or to do, if you're purchasing a home or doing a title search, you have to come into Athens to do that. Or, if you have to go to court, or you may have jury duty at the county courthouse, you're going to come here to do that. And so with that, it certainly gives more choices, different modes of transportation to come in, and that bus route would do that.
With all of these factors in consideration, Line 7 is looking to be a success, but Mayor Patterson stresses that this is not a permanent addition to the Athens public transit system.
This is a 6-month pilot, and the hope is that this pilot is going to really prove itself, and I have every reason to believe that it will prove itself with increased ridership and people indicating why they're using it. They're going to do surveys of those who ride the bus to find out more about why they're using that bus. Or the bus system, that bus route.
Though the future of Line 7 isn't truly certain, the mayor is remaining optimistic about what the next 6 months will do for the county.
I truly believe that Route 7 is going to really enhance a lot of people's lives. At one of the ribbon cutting ceremonies earlier, there was an individual who was talking about their inability to drive because of sight issues, and that this opens up a whole different world for this person to be able to hop the bus, go to Athens or to Albany, and to return home again in Nelsonville that was very life limiting prior to this bus route. So I see this being a game changer, not just for that individual. I think it's going to be a game changer to a lot of people.
With TGC, I'm Darian Dudzik.